All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin, let's talk about altcoins, and let's talk about a potential Santa rally. Are we gonna get a Santa rally taking us higher, giving us exit positions, or even profits? That's what we're gonna be talking about in this video. Now, this video is powered by Ellipal wallet. We'll be talking a little bit about them later on. Just know right now, Ellipal wallet is one of the best wallets you can use to secure your crypto. So let's dive straight into the charts here. So here we have the factor line on the weekly time frame, and you can see what we were looking for is this potential heads and shoulders forming. In other words, down over here, we are looking for the right shoulder so we can actually have a topping formation. So far, we're not having a top formation. Yes, I get it. We dropped from 126,000 all the way down to 81,000. And I've been saying that that's quite normal for Bitcoin in a bull market, 30, 40, even 50% drops. And I'm also saying that we're not in a bear market just yet, although we're close to one, because for a bear market, we need to break structure. And the line in the sand to break structure, at least when it comes to Bitcoin, is $74,000. So let's continue here. And yes, we are seeing this candle, which I don't really like. Is this a shooting star? Let's see what happens on the weekly here if we come back down. But even if we come back down over here, we're just gonna make a higher low on the weekly. So we could range for a while. And we've been talking about this. We've been saying that we can actually range for a while in Bitcoin. Now let's get some more context by going to the daily chart. And on the daily, you can see it a little bit clearer over here. Now look, the line in the sand is right here. This is the line in the sand that if we break, I would have to call a bear market. But I would not wait for this to break for me to get out. See, we called this bottom over here. We actually called this bounce. And I said the line in the sand is at this higher low over here. So if this breaks, I would know, or I would expect for this lower range to hit and see if it supports, but I would probably be taking profits or exiting here. And as we come down, if we bounce, I would get back in if we break this low to the upside over here, or if we continue going down, then I would exit if this becomes a resistance. So it's very simple. Likewise, on the outside, we need this 100K level to break. This is core resistance over here. And you can see it if we come up here, let's say, and reject, we have to reevaluate. But if we actually break and make this support, we're then looking for this heads and shoulders pattern potential, or if this breaks to the upside, potential higher highs. And yes, that would require us breaking the top over here. But that's what we're basically looking at on the daily. Let's have a look at the 4 hour, which pretty much gives us more details. Now, if we come down here, you'll see that the factor line has been in this range, has been in this range that we've been calling. Look, it's playing in this range, which we expected, and we're waiting for it to go and break the upside or the downside. Now we're closer to the upside. And look, the factor line is telling you to buy here, and it keeps on rejecting and telling you to sell. We have to wait. Look, it's the weekend. We need more context. We have to wait for the weekly close. We have to see what happens this week. But as I said, we could range for quite a while here. This is why I'm not making so many videos, because I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader. And when you're a swing trader, you make few positions, you stay in for a while, and it's just a lot easier, and you make fewer trades a year and potentially actually make more profits than day traders, for the simple truth is you're in longer positions. So I know I'm not making a lot of TA videos because we're in the range. There's nothing to say. We're still in that range. And yes, swing trading can seem more boring, but they're also safer. And you're not seeing sell one day, buy next day, bearish one day, bullish next day, like all these other YouTubers are doing. That's what we're doing on this channel. We're swing traders and investors. And the factor line is actually set up perfectly for this. It's a swing traders indicator. and that's what we use in this video. So if you don't know what the factor line is, I'll tell you about it later on. But let's talk a little bit about Ellipal wallet and how to keep your crypto safe. Whether we get a run, whether we don't, we need to keep our crypto safe. And don't worry, we're gonna get into altcoins in just 1 second, and we're gonna talk about the potential Santa rally that may show up on our doorstep, giving us a great Christmas gift. But you have to protect your crypto. Look, you don't want your crypto in exchanges. We've heard horror stories of people getting their accounts frozen. We've seen exchanges freeze. We've seen what's going on, the shenanigans with exchanges. You do not want to keep your crypto, your hard-earned crypto, on exchanges. You never know what happens. It's just, you just look, not your keys, not your crypto. You need your own keys. And the Ellipal wallet is one of my favorite wallets. Why is this one of my favorite wallets? It's very simple. First of all, they're sponsoring these videos, so that's awesome. I really appreciate the support by Ellipal. But I could have chosen any wallet to be my main sponsor right now, right? And I'm choosing Ellipal because it's this card. All right, and this card is indestructible. I've actually made a video of me jumping up and down on this card, running it over on my motorbike, throwing it, and so on. And this is an indestructible card. But the cool thing with this card is you get an application on your phone, which is here. You can open multiple wallets on your phone, and then whenever you want to transact and send your crypto anywhere, you have to scan this card with your phone. It's got a little chip inside. You scan it, and that's how you send your crypto. Otherwise, it's impossible for you to send out your crypto. Now, the application does a lot in itself. I need to show you this in another video, and I will. But the cool thing with this card is, A, you can keep it in your wallet, so it's very easy to keep. And don't worry, it's not gonna be too long. I just wanna tell you that, look, you just put it in your wallet, cool beans, and you can carry it around. But also the cool thing is, what happens if you lose this card? Well, it doesn't matter because you have your private key. Now you might say, Paul, where's your private key? Can you get out the card? Well, you actually create your own private key. So how do you do that? It comes with this little machine here, or this thingamajiggy. You stick your card inside this machine. You create your private key, your seed phrase, you write it down. I would use like a little metal thing to write it down so you don't lose it in the fire, but you write it down, and then basically you can make as many copies as you want using this machine. You lose this machine or you lose this card, you have your private key. And if you want to be extra safe, I would recommend having half your private key in a bank vault and the other half of your key in your house or something like that. Does that make sense? Anyway, regardless, we talk about that in other videos. But this wallet works. It works with most cryptocurrencies. It's very light, very useful, especially when you're traveling. You can have $1 million in your pocket traveling with this, and no one will even ever know. So it works, it's great, it's awesome. I really think you should check it out. You should scan the QR code. There should be a QR code somewhere around the screen. Don't know where, haven't decided where I'm gonna put it yet, but also there's a link in the description down below. That said, let's move on to altcoins and let's talk about the Christmas rally or potential Santa rally, which we might get. So looking at the crypto bubbles on the daily, you are seeing some green here, but let's get some context and go to the weekly. And we are looking at our plays, our main plays. So these are our alt season quotation mark, potential selective alt season plays over here. And these are our favorites, okay? So favorites is just what else I'm holding. I just put it in favorites because it's just easier. But as you can see, Kopi, I don't know what's going on with Kopi, but basically it's doing well. And if we go back down here, these are our biggest plays. So Zcash is pretty big on the weekly, so the daily is just noise for us. It's just normal when things run. Hype doing well on the daily. Let's go back to the weekly. You can actually see that altcoins are not taking such a big dive as much as they used to, right? So I do believe that if we get a Santa rally, a lot of these altcoins are gonna run. I do believe that 3 categories are gonna run most when it comes to altcoins for a potential selective alt season, but even if we don't get that, we should get a run. And that would be privacy tokens, because we're pretty big on those right now. Privacy tokens is a narrative in itself, with Zcash leading the way. Then we have perpetual DEXes. I do believe we're gonna have a run on perpetual DEXes. That's Hype, that's Coin, and so on. And then we have AI, which should make a comeback, or could make a comeback. Let's be careful with our phrasing right there, but we're pretty confident that they will. Then you have the top coins. And that's basically what you do with altcoins. Now, I can answer specific altcoins for you. Please comment in the in the comment section down below what altcoins you want me to look at, and maybe we go live in the next few days, or I'll make another video and I actually do technical analysis for you when it comes to these coins. But if you have not been making money in crypto, if you have not made enough profits, or if your profits are very low, or maybe you're even losing money, there are basically 3 reasons why you are losing money in crypto. In my experience, and look, I've been in crypto since 2017. 2017, not just as a trader and investor, but a C-level executive and author, an international speaker, keynote speaker when it comes to crypto. So I kind of know what I'm talking about here. I have my own indicator. You know, I live in crypto. Crypto is my life. And in my experience, there's 3 main reasons why you're losing money in crypto and you're not profiting. If you want to know these reasons, what these reasons are, and I suggest you do, especially now coming to the end of the year, so you can actually start making profits, are in this video right here. This is a free webinar. There's no sign up, no email, no nothing. Free webinar. Watch this video. We'll teach you the 3 reasons why you're not profiting. I promise you and guarantee you this video here will change your life. So watch this video here, and I will see you in the next one.